China has always been trying this salami slicing on Indian borders, right from Ladakh to Arunachal Pradesh.
This is not the first time, they have been doing such activities at the border for quite some time. In fact, for a long period of time, glorifying, the previous Galwan Valley attack.
Chinese cannot be trusted. So how long are you going to trust China?
First in Doklam, then in Galwan, and now the unprovoked aggression from China in India's northeast, in the remote stretches of Himalayas near Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh. Several Indian and Chinese soldiers were injured in a major clash in the crucial Tawang sector on December 9.
We took 7 heights and Kailash heights to 2020, I think August 29, 30. Why did we give them back? Now we must modify our policy, may not announce it, but what we must do is head towards the weak points, try to gain as much as territory, as much as geographical location to be strong on the negotiating table, and that's what China has done.
The recent clash has escalated the continuing 30-month military confrontation in eastern Ladakh that has seen China strengthen its military position all across the frontier. As per the Indian Army, around 300 to 400 soldiers from the People's Liberation Army or PLA intruded across the line of actual control, which was contested by Indian soldiers deployed there in a firm and resolute manner.
मैं इस सदन को अवगत कराना चाहता हूं कि हमारे किसी भी सैनिक की न तो मृत्यु हुई है और न ही कोई गंभीर रूप से घायल हुआ है। इंडियन मिलिट्री कमांडर्स के टाइमली इंटरवेंशन के कारण पीएलए सोल्जर्स अपनी लोकेशंस पर वापस चले गए अध्यक्ष महोदय, और इस घटना के पश्चात एरिया के लोकल कमांडर ने 11 दिसंबर 2022 को अपने चाइनीज काउंटर पार्ट के साथ स्थापित व्यवस्था के तहत एक फ्लैग मीटिंग की।
The Chinese were challenged by a group of only 50 Indian soldiers who stopped the PLA advance in an area. Troops from both sides sustained fractured limbs and other injuries in the clash. At least 6 Indian soldiers were also wounded.
Maintaining the protest, I am requesting you also maintain the same. Understood? Yeah, I understand.
Relations between India and China have been worsening in recent months, but experts feel the two world powers are not just facing off along their disputed border in the Himalayan region.
It looks, it's a twin purpose. One is they don't want India to emerge as a major economic power or major production center, global production hub or service provider center, one thing, and they don't want to see the India's emergence as a economic power. Secondly, they don't want India to play a greater role in international politics, especially after the last G20 meeting,
Despite several military talks, tensions have continued in the region. The root cause still remains the 3,440-kilometer long border and the areas of Arunachal that China claims are part of South Tibet.
It is high time now that we should change our policy regarding all these intrusions. We have given instructions to the troops not to carry weapons over there as per the agreements that were signed with China. But I think since China is not standing by its agreement, we should also unilaterally stop it. And we should allow our troops to open fire on Chinese troops whenever they try to intrude into the Indian territory. There is no question of perceptions. China knows very well what is its area, but it keeps intruding into Indian territory, and it will keep doing that till the time we do not take a resolute stand against them, and that resolute stand is open fire on them. Once you do that, China will stop sending its troops over there. And that is what is required.
Defense analysts feel this move from China was expected primarily due to the resistance the Xi regime is facing by Chinese people due to its restrictive zero-COVID policy. Though India and China have seen several similar clashes in the past. In October 2021, Indian soldiers stopped 200 Chinese soldiers near Yangtze in the Tawang sector of Arunachal Pradesh. The Chinese soldiers had entered the Indian border at that time. The most deadly was June 2020 Galwan Valley conflict, when the face-off between Indian and Chinese soldiers continued for several hours. This clash was so violent that 20 soldiers of India were killed in the line of duty. China has only acknowledged 3 casualties, even though reports suggested 40 Chinese soldiers died at that time.